Such a tease. Yeah, it covered a lot of ground in that little tease. Nearly everything that happens in the second act, the rest of the game, got at least a few frames.
Diamond Dogs! Even with Skullface dead, our brothers are unavenged. And the phantom pain he brought us lives on. Cypher is still out there. We know they've planted spies, parasites among us. Watch the man to your left, to your right. Assume nothing. Report everything. It's the only way to protect ourselves. From here on out, you will be my eyes. The deadliest enemy's right here in our midst. And they will get no mercy.
Keep popping back on camera, and then we roll into more cutscenes. We've been cutscening for 20 minutes here. Woohoo! Look at that.
Even with
Where the boss goes in alone.
Our pain is still right with us. We need more strength. We need more men. Diamond Dogs needs to be bigger. Missions have come in too. We still have a long road ahead of us.
Sorry, I can't hear you over the cutscene. I think that's the one Prestige means. Yeah, Swoop, that's what I'm thinking. Okay. Bit of menuing, and even though we just had all those cutscenes, I've been watching them here with you in the seat. I gotta get out of the chair for a few minutes. Let's poke around here a little bit. We got a bunch of tapes. We're gonna go run side ops to listen to the tapes. It was an awfully quick fight with Sahelanthropus. That cluster-guided missile was so powerful. Each of those clusters of missiles was taking a huge chunk off, especially the back, the tanks, the head. I was not aiming carefully. It was, it was run and gun, but it worked out. Yeah, I didn't go for locks, I just quick fired. I got one lock at the beginning. But he's so damn big, it's easy enough to hit him. Don't really need a lock for that. Development, let me get a couple of those started. I'm hoping for here. Still lack a noise suppression specialist. There is this variant which has enough force to break lights. We got that covered. Other means: trank round, glass piercing conversion. FOM decoy. Me field of movement generator. Fob stuff though, right? Oh, he's killing me. I already have so much developed of the weapons I want to have and use. I'm not feeling the pressure right now. God, we gotta develop this. Okay, let's get to the ACC. Take 10. When I come back, we'll listen to tapes together while running some side ops.
Arriving shortly at LZ.
Let's look at the main mission list.
Squad, on station at LZ.
So Act 2. Missions show up that we've already played. C2W, back up, back down. I haven't done all the challenge variations before. Some, but not all. And I think I'd like to try a few of them this time around. Did you see Code Talker up there? Oh, that's cool. Never noticed him up there before. Is he always up there?
Boss, you can now give the order to develop or dispose of nuclear weapons from your iDroid. With a nuclear deterrent, even if you're discovered while infiltrating a rival PF's FOB, most PFs won't dare retaliate. But you, of all people, know how dangerous it can be to
Ryan.
have
Thank you
nuclear
for the
weapons.
host.
So
Welcome.
will you add nukes to our
Man,
arsenal
about to
as a
take a break.
deterrent? Or will you take them away from other
Greetings,
PFs
sir.
and dispose of them to help build a world that's free of nuclear weapons? I'll leave that decision up to you.
Yeah, it works best on fobs, but you can use it in story missions. Works like the decoys do. Basically a distraction so you can get away. Ah, maybe I will make it. Ew! What's up, Ryan? If you guys don't know Ryan on Twitch, please check him out. Drop a follow, show some love. There's the link. Thank you for the host, man. I am about to take a break here. I was just about to. Let's see what showed up on our side op list. When I come back from the break, we're gonna run some side ops. We just finished a big story mission. Just took down Sahelanthropus, watched 20 minutes of cutscenes, finished the first chapter, got the trailer for the second chapter. We've just got control again. Prisoner extraction, the legendary Ibis. Isn't that the one? After we do that, we can do the wormhole, Fulton? Isn't that the one? We're going after the legendary Ibis, if it's the one that unlocks the Fulton wormhole mission. And the legendary Jackal, and more wandering Mother Base soldiers. I like side ops. I like wandering around doing nothing in particular in this game. Ah, okay. Thank you. Which, do you recall? Someone mentioned the other day, but... darn. I was hoping for that wormhole, Fulton. It's in the hand of Joheti. It's the Jackal. Hey, Merc. Thank you. Well, that's just as good, then. We'll get both. Do both. Coloring is said to be reminiscent of the ancient Egyptian god Anubis. So if you just got here with Ryan, I'm sorry to be ducking out, but greetings all the same. I'll be back in 10. And stay tuned. If we lose anyone during the break, have a good day. But we're not done. We're going to go another couple hours, and I'll see you back here in a few. Cheers. Alright, welcome back. Hey everybody. Ty!
Kept you waiting, huh?
Think you gotta squish it. Hey Ty! Greetings, man. Got your back. How are you doing? Let's catch some legendary animals and unlock some things. Jackal first because Wormhole Thulton. And then Ibis. Hello, Starship. Hello, back. Okay. You. What happens? Does Dee Dee ever tangle? If you bring Dee Dee, does he ever tangle with any of these animals? A birdie told you that I need Yakuza 0 on PC, huh? It comes out in August. And Hungard was talking about Monster Hunter World coming to PC, which he was hoping I'd be really hyped for. Which I have to admit, I'm just not on that train, but it doesn't mean I won't check it out. I need some games that are as meandering as my mind right now. Sandbox is a plus. Sort of open-ended, having lots of random missions, side tasks, being able to have no fixed agenda and not having to accomplish things, being able to play without accomplishing anything and still have a good time. Games like that are probably better for me now. So, you know, Monster Hunter World is not off the table.
Be careful down there, boss.
And Saber, Ty, the Yakuza's your game. Not even kidding. It's we will need games to play, and those will be on my mind. And you can remind me again when I'm bitching here in a few weeks about not knowing what to play. Just stay on me. Willow's at lunchtime to make deviled ham goo, or not make deviled ham goo. But what's the goo part? The goo part.
Quiet.
I'm over here, quiet. I'm over here. We can have her scout this spot, but she's not gonna find the jackal. Now, let's give ourselves some waypoints. We're easy enough to move into the area. A, B, C. Even though Dee Dee would, as soon as we were in reasonable proximity, Dee Dee would know exactly where it is. We won't get that from Quiet. It's not like Dee Dee's gonna call it out on the other side of the map, so. Keep our eyes open. Using the night vision goggles for contrast. I know that the first legendary animal, was it a bear, is always in about the same spot. I assume that means other animals, legendary animals, can be found in about the same spot. Every time you would replay that mission, replay the game. I don't know what spots those are. Maybe our intel team will spot something. Yeah, and Ty, one of the big questions with Yakuza is whether it'll click. I'm convinced from what little I've seen that it has a lot to offer. But for any given player, you know, it'll click or it won't. And will the humor click? Will the dialogue? Will the characters click? Will the scenarios? I'm sure you can skip a lot of side content, right? Optional stuff. But it'd be better if you enjoyed it, right? Mini games, if you like the mini games, don't like the mini games. But I'm not opposed to checking it out. Still rattling around in there. There we go. I got something. See the 3 red? Faint red. Who spotted that?
That's the target.
Oh, nice. Quiet. Would she be willing to take it out for us? Let's try it.
Fire.
Oh, darn. She missed the shot. She's gonna get the wrong ones.
Fire.
You got this, Quiet. You got this. Nice. Uno más? Quiet? No?
Fire.
You may have to go back to this too sometime. Been since your first playthrough. Well, you definitely got to go back down. I think this is my 3rd, except for some odds and ends. But it's been 2 years, and that was plenty of time off. It feels fresh and familiar. Wait, you're not gonna let me get the others? But they're still lying there. Well, that was a very special animal then. Guess I should have rescued him last.
Boss, come on back to base.
You're hijacking me. There were animals lying there. I was trying to rescue them. Now we only have half the pack, and look what you've done. Look what you've done.
Boss, there's been an accident in the boys' quarters.
Yeah,
One of the steel pipes gave way and crushed one of the kids. A boy named Ralph. They tell me he died instantly. I'm sorry, boss. It's my fault. I should have been keeping an eye on them. I'll let you know if we learn something.
Okay. Wormhole. Transport all manner of cargo off the battlefield, from soldiers, children, animals, vehicles, containers, indoors. Brilliant. gonna play tapes. We have a lot of tapes to play. Let's...
Roger.
I just picked the wrong platform. I just picked the platform up there. Shit.
Roger.
2.5 whole hours. Work harder, men. We need that wormhole. Yeah, I guess we won't be able to use it today. Tomorrow, we'll get to use the wormhole Fulton tomorrow.
Pequot, on station at LZ.
It's still hard to tell if we're gonna wrap this up, say, Friday, Saturday.
Gaining altitude.
I don't think we will. Possible. Diamond. Diamond. Or a emblem or something. Something was sparkling. Depends how long you want to spend filling the zoo. And I was thinking about filling the zoo. So, you're right. Mansion, Code Talker Mansion, right? So I think this is near a waterfall. Yeah, I think it's by a waterfall. Gonna have to go up and around and then walk towards the falls in the water to get to where it is. Something like that. Favorite mansion that isn't from Resident Evil. We could also stop in because there's a tape in there. And there's the Brennan blueprint, so maybe we stop in at the mansion as well. The mansion! We've got to go back to the mansion! I did not bring him, but we could bring him by the time we get there. Glad you asked about Dee Dee. I think it might be somewhere over here, somewhere near F. Ah, yeah, T-Dog does make it easier to find. But in this is like the only animal besides the bear, the first one, where I actually have an image in my head of where it is. And it may not be correct, but it might be close enough. E-Walker made you lazy? Driving to locations? Just two? Just two. I don't think it's up there. I think it's... Thank you. It might be up and around on the other side there. Yeah, I don't think it's... See where the F is marked? It really might be right over there. There we go.
That's the target.
If I trank it, how long will it stay out? Enough time for me to get there? Wrong weapon.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over a secure channel.
Hey, ready. Where you been? How you been? Thank you, sir. Cheers. Thank you. Very much, man. What's been up to? You've never seen a bird wake up when stunned or tranked? Well, that works in our favor. Yeah, ready. Haven't seen you in a while. Good word. There you are. It's a hard life without tech. Have you culled the tech? Or did you try for a while and go back? Just unplugging a little bit is hard. Curious, Quiet won't scout near the mansion. You sold your PC before it consumed your soul. Well, if your soul is at risk, then that's probably good. We're not gonna... I don't know why I'm going this way and not the back way. Just feel like going up this way. May not be alone up there, but you know what? Hold still, smile for the camera. Ooh! It's gonna leave a mark. Okay, who's next? Check it out, bud. You ever consider the new Hitman? In that absent-minded way, I consider everything. Yeah, I really don't know
You gotta extract him.
much of anything about it. I don't want to Fulton that guy. But he stays out for a while. I don't really care if anyone sees him. We're just screwing around. Heard good things about it. I don't even know which of the front doors are open. Just going in the back. Got someone's attention. Let's see if they come to check it out. Not coming out? Come out. Come on. You wanted to check it out. Come check it out. How are you going to check it out if you don't come out here? Oh, now he's coming out just for fun. He's done investigating, so now he's coming out. Does that make sense? You couldn't get that level of stealth to click with you? No, I've never played a Hitman game. I mean, that would be my cherry. 100%, you mean? I realized we had open air. I'm a little worried about how the level of stealth in that game would feel. I don't consider myself particularly savvy.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
I have a feel for some of it, but it's hit or miss. No. Shh. Lie down.
Hey, you okay?
Hi. They wake up at the GTA hospital. That's a funny thought. Oh shit! Son of a bitch.
Alles gefällt, wir sind hier. Und es ist voller Kontakt mit feiernder Kammer. Alle ihre Referenten von Anfang.
Wait, no, that's not gonna go. I almost read that as LARP. We're LARPing! Madness sets in! Wait, no, not the zero again. What is it with all these little bits of... Ah. I think they see you. Yeah, they figured it out.
You gotta extract him.
I do like the feel, Ty, of stealth in this game. It feels very arcadey. Kind of like the difference between a driving game that's arcadey and one that's
He's coming too.
heavy on the
Roger
sim
that.
aspects. Why? Did Quiet do that, and how? My sleeping gas must have made it inside the building. this should be fun. I put a grenade launcher on the underbarrel here. Yeah, I think they heard that.
CP is Delta 2. In dit geval uit die buiten. Geen teken van die vijand. Oor. Er is CP, begrijp. Wees waakzaam en rijd die vijand uit. Uit.
That's a decoy. I think the blueprint is downstairs in the library. Maybe this isn't where the blueprint is. Let me check. Anyone remember where the blueprint is? They have Toto, Africa. I don't think so. Or I haven't found it. It's been requested. Oh yeah, it is here. It is here. Brennan! Okay. Okay, that guy's really sad.
CP is Delta 4. Geen teken van die vijand.
Sad sack coming through.
Oor. Er is CP, begrijp. Wees verraad. Moenie hulle plekkie gee nie. Uit.
Tell me about your mother. It's so sappy. What about the, didn't Weezer do a cover recently? I haven't heard it. I think it was Weezer, though. Anywhere I can go in the Jeep. Like, is there actually anywhere for me to go?
He's coming too. Roger that.
Oh, nice duck.
We have dinner.
Hello, King.
Be a new arrival.
King Geo. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Uh-oh, I'm dead. It's all good.
Boss, come in. Boss?
You almost forgot Rebel Yell was in this too. I don't think we picked that one up either. We're supposed to be listening to tapes. You know what? We have all these tapes we picked up after Sahelanthropus, and I keep neglecting to put them on. These are the original music, not the licensed music. Gloria, Kids in America, Final Countdown, Take on Me, Only Time Will Tell, Love Will Tear Us Apart, True, Friday, I'm in Love, Dancing with Tears in My Eyes, She Blinded Me with Science, Too Shy, Man Sold the World. We got a good number of them, but we're missing some.
Emmerich didn't go with depleted uranium.
When I forget to put on the next tape, will someone nudge me? We have like 15 minutes of tapes to listen to. We're supposed to be doing that.
Is the fuel component for a nuclear weapon. Sahelanthropus uses built-in uranium enrichment archaea to melt its own body and extract uranium-235 from the depleted uranium in its armor. Those archaea perform the enrichment in an extremely short time. The concentration jumps by a factor of several hundred, from 0.2% to over 90%. The end result being highly enriched weapons-grade uranium. Sahelanthropus's body itself becomes a nuclear bomb. Emmerich says if it were to self-destruct, the nuclear yield would be somewhere in the region of 15 kilotons. Since you need about 50 kilograms of highly enriched uranium to trigger a nuclear reaction, that would mean Sahelanthropus contains something like 23 tons of depleted uranium. That's not very much. No, it isn't. That's about what you'd expect to find in a main battle tank's armor. The point is, it can be transported anywhere. Even use its conventional weaponry on the battlefield.
It's a plant.
And the international community will never suspect a thing.
Ah, look at that. He does love the rain. We're getting another tape.
Fire!
He's coming too. Roger that.
Fire!
She got the ladder guy. Nice. All right.
Fire!
Get him quiet. Ah, that's right. We'll take you too. Free ride.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. You gonna extract him?
Get the tire. Okay, we only need a toe. Man, these Trank, the M2000, much stronger Trank, much faster Trank than the Renov. I guess it penetrates, gets into the bloodstream faster.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Car fell asleep now. Have you ever watched Clue, the movie based on the board game? Ever seen Clue? The beginning when Christopher Lloyd picks up named Leslie Ann Warren. Get her name right? She's awesome. And then at one point in the rain at the beginning, and the car stops. He goes, "Why is the car stopped?" He goes, "It's frightened." Okay, that was random, but okay. Neat.
He's coming too.
Tapes. We're
Roger
supposed to
that.
have another tape. You're supposed to tell me. Tank Unit 6. Let's see if that's is that a new one that opened up? Tank Unit 6. It sure is. That's just down the way. That's perfect. Let's go. Next tape.
I just received word from the R&D team and the transport team out of Afghanistan. They finished installing Sahelanthropus on the base. It's ours now.
All right. Don't let any of the staff touch that thing. Especially Emmerich.
Of course. That guy's crush on Sahelanthropus is beyond a joke. Guess he really wants to see his tech stand on its own two legs this time.
That's not gonna happen.
I know it. So you've got no plans to make it operational again?
Damn right.
Boss, I want to hear it straight
Yep.
from you.
Hear what?
What the hell do you want with that thing? The drive is busted. It's not like it has a nuke on board. Even if the metallic
That'll be a first
archaic
for
could
me,
turn
too.
it into a nuclear weapon, all it can do is self-destruct. Sahelanthropus just isn't a weapon anymore. It'll draw unwanted attention without even being a deterrent.
I know.
The weapons development strut sank 2 feet under that thing's wake. That's 1 year's drop in a single night. We've started on reinforcing the strut, but there's no guarantee it'll hold up if a storm hits.
I know that too.
Boss, why keep it?
It's a mark. Us Diamond Dogs, we don't have a country to call home. That means we have no past, nothing to prove that we lived. Every one of us threw it all away when we came here. Sahelanthropus is a symbol to show that the likes of us brought at least one crisis to its end.
A mark in history. So we can't just fade away.
It's of no practical use to us. But we still need it.
A symbol of what we've done. I'm glad I sounded you out on this. Snake, on behalf of all of us, I want to thank you.
I don't need gratitude. I need security. Keep Emmerich away from that thing.
Roger that.
I can hear one of the tank's vehicles, but I can't see anything. Willow, you lost your peanut butter cup. You lost it. How do you lose a peanut butter cup? I mean, if you have a peanut butter cup, you have an animal around? How do you lose a peanut butter cup? That's a nice tank. Damn.
That's the target.
Can get quiet to scout out this spot. Should go up the way. How about Edie? There's one. E-Star, sleepy time there? Good sneaking, an excellent start of the week, everyone. I hope it is. Hope it's a good week ahead. Good night, E-Star. Sleep well. And I almost missed it, but there's a whole nother tank right there. Ah, there you go. Thank you, Dee Dee. That's what I needed. Dee Dee's the boss. So that's 7 units marked. Eight units marked, that sounds right. I think we can maybe pull the guys by the small buildings first. Where are they? 70, 60? Tanks and balloons. They're also far enough. They're moving. I'm gonna say they're far enough away from the tanks that I don't think the tanks will beep to wake them up if I knock them out. The one who's walking near the tank. Not that one. Walking away. Hold still. Your turn. Okay, 50 meters, he's gonna notice very soon what's up. That's okay. He doesn't. Hey, Dee Dee! Dee Dee, you need to get out of the way. Pronto. I lost my perspective. Shit, he's going to the wrong guy. He's gonna wake him up. Damn! He went to the wrong guy. Gotta catch him when he stops. Yeah, that was a few close ones, wasn't it?
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Ah, we're supposed to be listening to tapes.
He's
We're never gonna get these tapes.
Roger that.
They broke them all up into different categories
Skullface
instead
was
of
trying to
putting
spread
them on
around
one
the
list.
world were equipped with a failsafe. Something that could shut them down at will. His will.
Quite so. After all, he needed a guarantee that a buyer wouldn't simply turn the weapons back on him.
So how can they be stopped?
The criticality trigger, that is, the detonator, is a complete black box design. Any attempt to dismantle it causes it to melt in seconds, using the corroding dark air.
Oh, Snake, you are so
The
sad.
design ensures that no detonation is possible unless he disengages the lock.
So he had a way to disengage it remotely.
Precisely. The client simply presses a button. At that moment, the detonator begins transmission with a surveillance satellite. The satellite reports to him how how the client is trying to use the nuke.
You gonna extract him?
The lock is disengaged.
But if it's a risk to him in any way,
The detonator melts down. The
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
does not occur within a preset time after the lock is disengaged. The nuke is rendered useless.
who the hell would buy something with strings attached like that?
The client would never know until the moment they actually try to use it. Most likely, he would have explained the time delay as the detonators needing time to activate. And he only intended to sell to technologically primitive groups in the first place.
Let me guess. He'd claim it was defective and offer a replacement. Shadier than a used car salesman.
Skullface shakes your hand like a friend, using the other to control you like a puppet.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
This is how he works.
Alright, let's go back to the ACC and redeploy somewhere else. Feels like Far Cry 2 with tanks and balloons. I never did play that. There. Oh, tomorrow we get to play with the wormhole Fulton. This is very exciting. It's also really silly. Best kind of silly. Intel tapes played rate 50%. Use a unit with sufficient staff. A tank unit, armored vehicle unit, infantry, unlucky dog, wandering mother base soldier. Let's go after a wandering mother base soldier. Get another picture for pause. Yeah. Any of the missions that have popped up, can't look at it yet, have the noise suppression specialist on that drug developer, rocket control, electromagnetic net. All right, so not yet. We haven't missed it. Video surveillance specialist. Before I forget, let's get the tapes playing. At least this section has 5 tapes in a row.
Code Talker.
We'll get there.
Haven't seen you eat a single thing since you got here. Let me guess. Photosynthesis?
Oh? What makes you say that?
Well, a long time ago, I knew someone with a similar ability.
Well, you are correct. Most of my body is covered with parasites. I supply them with water, and in return I receive sugars they produce when exposed to light. It isn't just my skin either. The parasites also act as my eyes. They have replaced many of my internal organs as well. It is thanks to them that I live on after over a century.
How did you obtain them anyway? Through your research?
I would like to say as much, but there is more to it than that. Let me take you back 20 years. I had hit a dead end with my parasite research. Then I was approached by a foundation. They said they had a sample of an unusual strain of parasite.
Which foundation?
Apparently, they had links
He's
to
there.
Alpha.
Okay.
That's the target. I remember him. He was off base during the attack 9 years ago.
Being able to
Bring him home, boss.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Go on.
half in doubt, I visited them to discover the body of an old man. Well, to be precise, his partial remains. A collection of parts, you could say. The man had died in an explosion.
An old man, you say?
His flesh had not decomposed. In fact, the tissue's cells were still metabolizing. The parasite had infected, or should I say assimilated with, the tissues and was keeping them alive. I became obsessed with studying the body parts, foregoing food and even sleep. Every day was filled with new discoveries. The parasite's biology, internal anatomy, life cycle. But there was only so much I could learn through observation. And so I made a decision to truly know the parasite.
One of the guys out on a mission at the time. He's fallen a long way from the glory days. But will he come back to us? Bring him home, boss.
It was quite a gamble, whether or not they would adapt to me. But fortunately,
He's coming too.
it appeared
Roger that.
compatible with them. Or perhaps, through my many years of research, my immune system learned to tolerate them.
Were they that body's only parasite?
Yes. However, there was a separate specimen that supplied its host with adrenaline in response to pain. And yet another that could control insects at will through secreting heterogeneous pheromones. I wanted exposure to them, to take them into me. But my wishes were denied. Their records, though, provided clues that helped advance my research. Would you care to join me? A life spent never worrying about food is a most wonderful one.
I think I'll pass. But thanks. This has been helpful.
That's a Nubian goat. It's a dairy breed whose milk is ideal for cheese production. It's also butchered for meat, but don't get any ideas.
Where are we going? Hold on, I've got old markers I gotta clear. Boaster. B is for boaster, is for bullshitter. For bye-bye. Not a bullshitter. Sir, you are being recruited. You don't know it yet, but you're being recruited. Sorry, that's the boaster shooting at us. He actually sucks and couldn't hit a barn door.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
His S rank was for shitty.
Onbekende vijandelijke vechter in zicht. Bezig om contact te bewerkstelligen.
tapes. Man, I wish they hadn't broken all these up. At least these 5 will play in a row. This is the last time I have to hit play on tapes unless we could
Finally burned out.
break this up.
The world is rid of his existence at last.
Was he still alive?
You could say that. But you
Damn.
could also say he'd
Bringing
been
him back,
dead
too.
for decades.
What's that supposed to mean?
Biologically speaking, it's hard to say how much was his life.
Side effects from the treatment.
No, the primary effect. Keeping a dying host alive as long as possible.
Where the hell's he going?
That is the whole point. But in the end, he grew too dependent on his
Where's he
children.
going?
As if he had any other way to keep on living. He first underwent parasite therapy before the Soviet Union became his home. His body was horribly burned. Fire washed across his thin young frame and stole his skin and his throat, even his lungs. Only
Shit,
through
honest.
repeated therapies could the parasites
I know
keep
someone's
him
about to
alive.
stop me, but why does
Most
this
of
thing
his
keep
life
losing?
became something the parasites gave to him.
And then he lost the ability to die.
That is correct. The parasites live on past the host's death, still aiding cell composition. At that stage, there is no way to extract them from the host cells. There is no way of knowing when the last cell of Skullface's body would die. The only choice was to burn the whole thing.
You gotta extract him.
And his children
There we go.
along with it. And I am one to talk. When my life is
Who was the other guy?
out, I expect you to treat my body the same
He's
way.
coming too. Roger that.
I will truly be one with my children for the first time. You say there were 3
You
English
gotta extract him.
According to Skullface,
Yeah. Skullface had 2 of the English strain with him. You burned both of them,
there was an oil fire. I tossed him in.
so that just leaves 1. And you tell me Skullface said
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Very close to me.
very close. One of your comrades, or someone ordered to kill you. Or he could have been...
He's coming too. Roger that.
Metaphorically.
Close to your spirit, close to your heart. Someone who either loves you or despises you.
The second one makes a long list.
Whichever it is, act with caution. Skullface implanted someone with the English language strain. Who it is irrelevant.
Why?
I tell you what Skullface really meant. Very close to you means you will be exposed. All the infected here have been given the Wolbachia.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Infect them now. They cannot reproduce. But if there's a different host among us, host to the English strain,
If that were the case, we'd see the symptoms.
what about the non-English speakers?
We have plenty of those, but the staff use English as a common language.
But if that someone has not spoken English yet, and begins to speak it now,
There'd be another outbreak.
the final mating pair of the English strain must be found immediately. Skullface is gone, but his threat still remains. On this base, do you see what the final mating pair is? With him dead, those parasites are the stain he wished to leave upon the world. His thirst for vengeance. In their flesh. Think. Does anyone here bear a grudge against you? Who would target you, specifically?
The ethnic cleansers that Code Talker mentioned, they weren't Skullface's true goal. All we have is circumstantial evidence, but here's my theory. It was Cypher who started developing the vocal cord parasites as bioweapons, parasitic weapons, and Africa was the testing ground for them. As Code Talker said, their purpose is the ethnic cleansing of only those who speak a particular language. So they could do a weapon of mass destruction to eradicate specific groups, races, ethnicities, or colonies by the language they speak. Or a kind of absolute language control. Or maybe a tool for those arrogant fools to build some misguided utopia. I can see plenty of uses for them. However, in practical terms, they wouldn't be as dangerous as you think. Counteracting the parasites is easy, after all. Cut them out of your throat to save your life, or just don't talk. That also prevents the infection from spreading. So if the international community were to find
That's
out
the target.
they no longer be the threat they were conceived to be. In which case, their targets would be limited to minority groups as a deterrent or a terrorist tool. It's hard to imagine Cypher developing something like that as a main weapon for their arsenal. That leads me to think we've only tugged on one little thread in Cypher's grand tapestry. An obscure corner of their work, possibly forgotten altogether.
That's 8.
In any case, things changed. When Skullface was forced to relocate to Africa and he saw that thread dangling. All the time he continued that research, he was secretly following his own agenda. The ethnic liberator parasites. His English language strain.
I think
Skullface
their
said
legs
there were only 3
are
samples of
sufficiently
the English language
armored.
strain parasite, and I think we can believe him. Bringing his ethnic liberator's plan to fruition depended on creating an English version of the vocal cord parasites at all costs. But an English strain would have
Time
been
to find out.
useless
Watch
to
out, baby.
Cypher. Worse, it could have destroyed everything they'd built. It was the one type they couldn't allow. That means Skullface was forced to develop his English strain out of sight of
I
Cypher's
think
network.
he's all armored up.
Naturally, he couldn't use the greenhouse facility Cypher had set up and
Riot
filled with
suits.
guinea pigs. Skullface
All
must have
got 'em.
found some secret place to create his precious few English parasites, hiding all evidence like a man cheating on his wife. Somewhere, an entirely standalone environment. And when his plan entered its final phase, he must have made the place disappear. Some little room, could be anywhere, but now nowhere at all. We'll never know where he did it. But to elude Cypher's surveillance, it couldn't have been big. I believe Skullface was telling the truth. There were only ever 3 samples of the English language strain. Why activate Sahelanthropus in Afghanistan? This is how Skullface wanted things to play out. The Soviet Union secretly develops a new type of nuclear weapon and successfully deploys it in Afghanistan. Revealing the existence of Sahelanthropus results in a return to the glory days of the Cold War.
He's coming too.
Threat it
Roger that.
reignites the nuclear arms race between the world's major powers. The demand for nuclear weapons increases around the globe. What if you then introduced a nuclear weapon anyone could get their hands on? Non-nuclear nations, militant groups of all shapes and sizes, they'd all jump at the chance. Sahelanthropus was a marketing tool to sell nukes all around the world. But I think it's safe to say that plan was stamped out before it got up and running. The world's intelligence agencies never did turn up anything conclusive on it. After all, Sahelanthropus vanished before word could spread. Everything that's happened is already a fading memory, never to join the pages of history. Except for Cypher. Cypher won't forget. They'll already be working on something, quietly beneath the surface. They'll use the pieces of data scraped together from this incident to build their own bipedal weapon. It'll take them a long time to complete it, but for now,
You gotta extract him.
the sector have found their new life's work. We'll have to be ready too.
Ah, shit. can get creative with these guys if you plan ahead. I'm sure. What comes to mind? Shot in the ace. Decoys, sleep grenades, the S-1000, air.
He's coming too.
Takes 2 shots
Roger
though, huh?
that.
Yeah, all the stun weapons, the air, the rubber bullets, all of those. They're a lot of fun,
You gotta extract him.
but they take a little more effort to get someone knocked out. You get them right in the noggin. Uh-oh, they're coming right where I'm at. That's bad. Throw a decoy beside them and spring it. It will knock them out. That sounds familiar. That sounds very familiar. Fun in time I must have done that. I don't have any decoys with me. You should think about bringing some sometime. See the dog, don't see the man. Oh, he's coming. Saw the dog. Yay! Haha, Dee Dee, you're the best. Damn, he's facing this way, though. That's what screwed me. I thought he was facing the other way. Wonder. Know if I can get out of here safely. Keep an eye on him. He's facing out. Now he's turning, so he's gonna look at me again. He's trolling! Sick Dee Dee on him. Yeah. We're almost there. "23 meters, totally oblivious. What's over there? Do they have prisoners? Or maybe Unlucky Dog is right over there. We had an Unlucky Dog mission. That could be it.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Might just be guards sleeping. Now that makes more sense. I saw the two of them, the green, and I just Slip the gear. You're right. That's guard sleeping. Surprise!
You gotta extract him.
I like this stun with that arc. Rubber bullet, right? If he holds perfectly still, I can knock him out with one hit. Otherwise, it just makes a really satisfying noise and it knocks people around in a very satisfying way. While crouching on the first guy, the button prompts, yes, X to choke or Y to pet dog. A curious set of choices. Just a box. Hello. There he is. Found me standing still. Too much sway. Where's he hiding? Nice. We got all our tapes. Caught up on all our tapes. We were here for the heavy, the side up. Not for those guys. It's nearby. Armored Vehicle 4. Armored Vehicle 7. Are either of those new ones? Still have one tape. Armored Vehicle 7 is. Oh, yeah, of course. That up.
Good.
Where's the road? Are they actually coming this way? Nope. Nope. Hey, we never checked for the end of Joheti, right? Did we unlock development for that? Uh-huh. Fires its detachable Wisp weapon forward, capturing and pulling target soldiers, prisoners back towards the user. Wasn't that insane? We already have zebras on the conservation platform. Oh yeah, I'm sure we do, because they sound like Tusken Raiders on the way up. I remember that.
So this is Raven territory. I heard once that some indigenous peoples in Canada and Alaska deify the common raven as a totem.
Alright, we're gonna need to do some on-site procurement of a heavy weapon. Are we in Nova Braga? Oh shit. I didn't even realize we were coming to the airport. It's not on the airport grounds.
That's the target.
They're wearing a helmet. Well, okay then.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
I wait for the helicopter to make a pass now. They're closing 70 meters. 40, 50, 60. Good dog, yes, okay. Real quick though with the tank now. Armored vehicle away! Good dog. Good.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Turret's looking away. Hi, Weaver. Eating. What's up? Did they already turn around? They did? Not good. Well, I'm crawling patiently. Ah, good find, Dee Dee. Another sniper on the hill. I'm worried about the troop of 3 on the road. They're making their way back here right now. Meters. Okay, let's do this. A little faster, gaining a few. Oh, that sucks.
The enemy sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
That was all very close. the three were close to in range where they would see that. There's a truck coming. I didn't know there was a truck coming.
To extract him.
Helicopters buzzing around. And we were about to get spotted by a sniper. And this sniper spotting is very weird, because you'll see the laser track to you, and that doesn't mean you've been spotted. It means you're about to be spotted. You gonna extract him? Nah, I was thinking we'd just cut the balloon halfway up and let him fall. Hey, there's a helicopter coming. Dee-dee, dee-dee, dee-dee. Dee-dee, 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 dee-dee.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Good dog, good. Boing. Sniper's looking that way. See if we can get out of his cone, come up around him, grab him. I'm gonna try to trank the other three guys. Great. This is cool getting checkpoints in the middle of this. Or they have somebody else with them. Dee looks big. Oh yeah, we've been feeding him protein shakes.
Start drinking that wine too, ain't you? You're smoking them tweeds and
How you
everything.
doing, man?
Wearing old clothes all
See
half
you,
off your
Crash.
ass. What the hell's going on today?
What the hell's going on today? Little of this, little of that. We've got the wormhole Fulton under development. We'll have that to play with tomorrow. Boy, I'm crawling a lot today. This is just my pace right now. Hell yeah! Crash, we've been having trouble with the on-screen alerts, but I don't know if it'll pop. Thank you, man. Thank you for your sub. For your sub support all this time. Cheers. Thank you. I don't know why the alerts are so inconsistent lately. Sub alerts have been working and failing. Follow alerts have been working and failing. Ah, yes, and pet dog. Choke, dog, or pet dog. Pet dog. Did it actually change to pet the dog when it should have been killed before? We also have to figure out who had the heavy weapon. I wasn't paying enough. I think one of them has a heavy weapon. Yeah, even a trank round would hurt if it got you in the junk, I'm sure. I don't like his loop. He's barely getting far enough away from us here. 100 meters, 90 meters. Uh-oh, snake you down.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Okay, where's my heavy? Ooh. I want to hit him from in before the chopper shoots down your balloons. Very, ooh. Okay. Didn't you have a stinger? I've been running around going from side op to side op, so I didn't have any heavy weapons with me. I had to do a little on-site procurement. We're gonna have, aren't a few of the repeat missions that have, don't they have rule sets like on-site procurement? Subsistence, what's the subsistence rules? There it is, on-site procurement, right there. We can go to do that version of C2W. I like that they put that in. I get that it's a cop-out, that they didn't have enough new original missions, so they just threw the repeats in with different rule sets as a way to pad it out. I don't like that they did that, but I like the content itself. I enjoy the kind of structured mission, and it would be really hard for them to have a difficulty slider for the entire game with this open world. They'd have to change many things, but they can do it with a small area and a different rule set for a mission, and it's a decent way to do that. They should have done more of it. Colonel! Well. The alerts are definitely busted right now. Cheers, Colonel! Thank you, man. Thank you very much for your support. Crash, I'm reading back here. I missed your reply. You finished a full playthrough of A Way Out with a buddy yesterday. Was a fun game. 6 hours, about 6 hours with an hour of trophy cleanup. But you should play it with a friend one day on stream. It's possible. It's possible. I mean, it's about a jailbreak, right? And it has lots of interesting gameplay mechanics that involve the two players working together. But it's about a jailbreak, all right? Green, you gotta split. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out today. Catch you next time. Tomorrow, hopefully. So, show. Colonel, you would watch more, but you're working full-time over the summer. All right. We'll be here whenever you can make it. Yeah, you gotta get at least a little time, though, to enjoy this summer. You're working full-time. Crash, you think I'd really enjoy it? Yeah, we'll keep that in mind. Boys, machine guns. Half of the game is in prison. Okay. If you think it's safe to share a little bit, how do you like the characters? Are they good people? Are they shitty people? I mean, they could be shitty people and interesting characters. They could be good people and lousy characters. But, uh-oh. Nice. At least one of these flunkies. One of these guys is good soldier. One of them is a flunky.
You gotta extract him.
Let's get back to the ACC shortly here. More zebras. Goats. Yeah, Crash, I don't want to read because I don't want to see too much. I'm just wondering if I'm going to play the game and think, screw these guys. But I'm guessing not. People seem to like the game if they were detestable characters. Probably wouldn't be as liked. We're only doing a little bit more tonight. We got a late start today. We're gonna be wrapping shortly. But tomorrow we'll be back at it. And I think we'll be playing through the week. Kill the flunky, keep the good guy. I was gonna leave the flunky. He can wake up later and wonder what the hell happened. So many free sheep tragically not launched into the stratosphere. Oh, we got a whole gang. We've got boar goats and Nubian goats.
Good dog.
Two kinds of jackals and Grant zebras and should we go take our latest picture back to Paz? Paz would like to see it. Crash, no, they're not the kind of bad guys you're thinking. TA bad guys. Good thing is you get to make choices as a team. Civil way or reckless way. D. Brunsky, how you doing? We've been playing for 2-3 weeks. Where you been? Lost that traitor. In the States, work trip. Hope the work trip's gone all right. Does that mean you're back? Returned from the States already? Oh, look what's up.
Stay back. It's too dangerous. Hey. Back up, kid. I said no. You have to stay back. Some things can't be helped. Back to your quarters. What's going on?
Shabani. Mayaka 9 Kingoya. Shabani.
It's down there. Hey, the tank at the bottom is filled with chlorine disinfectant. One whiff and you'll suffocate. Don't even. How could you let it fall down there anyway? down there, and it is over. Boss! Hey! Listen to me! There is no way to recover the body. What kind of stunt was that? Trying to panic us? Look. Here.
Hey, D. Brunsky, Fonz, welcome. Anyone else who just got here? We are winding down. We're gonna be wrapping up soon. Welcome, anyways. We're gonna go take another photo that we recovered up to.
Welcome back, boss.
Us. And I think it's which photo is it? It's the food one. Cooking photo. Yeah, that cutscene. So what's the deal with the chlorine disinfectant? It looked like it was in gaseous form. Were there jets of gas venting chlorine gas? Or was it liquefied? Because if it was gaseous, can't you turn that off and let it dissipate? And did they really need to go down there to get the necklace right now? Like, we'll get you the necklace in an hour when we're done disinfecting. What am I missing? If it was liquid, okay.
Thank you for getting rid of the disease, boss.
Thank you for guarding my creepy room.
Oh, Snake!
Hi, boss.
What is it, Snake?
Well, I brought you something to add to your collection. Why does he keep going into that room? Scripted for quiet and the bloody boob shot. Yeah, I believe that. Where did the prompt go?
Got something to show me, Snake?
I do.
Gallo Pinto!
It's Gallo Pinto.
Amanda and I taught Cecile how to make it. She picked it up so fast. I was really surprised. I guess Parisians have cooking in the blood. Are Cecile and Amanda doing okay? I wonder why they haven't visited.
They're not like you.
I am so tired. I will just lie here a while.
You do that. And another one of diary tapes.
So, as if putting me on
From
stage
Peace
to
Walker.
sing was not enough,
Peace.
Miller even expected me to write the lyrics. He even said he had thought of the title already. Love Deterrence. As if he had done the hard part. Deterrence? Love? Deterrence? Deterrence is... It is when nuclear weapons prevent war, right? I do not see how love fits in. But it was too late to complain, so I just sat and listened to the tape of Miller's backing guitar and the professor's melody over and over again. I guess the melody is more Professor Galvez's creation than Miller's, but on the whole, I think it is actually a good song. First, it goes for your heart with a sorrowful opening, but then you feel revitalized as the song goes on. Miller grew up in post-war Japan. Maybe that is why the song has that kind of balance. Long ago, I heard some Japanese music called enka, I think. It sounded this way, but I wonder why it has to sound sad in the first place. Miller called it Love Deterrence. Doesn't that mean he had a love song in mind? All I see of Miller and women is the way he fools around with a lot of them at once. But maybe he has had his heart broken too. And what about me? I found myself thinking about Chico and Snake as well. I know Chico has a crush on me, so naturally he should come
Wyatt
to mind.
is here.
But why Snake? He saved me, and I feel indebted to him. But I thought that was all he meant to me. Why does my heart flutter when I think of him? It is embarrassing to be unable to control this emotion. There has to be a way to suppress it, to forget it. But maybe that is what love deterrence is? With that thought in mind, I went to my desk and began to write and write. Just 3 days left until Peace Day.
I don't think I had noticed that other sign before. It's on this one. They're all slightly different. The graffiti's all slightly different. Talk or die in a different script. Go to hell, freak. Until Peace Day. Yeah, well.
Roger.
This is fun today.
This is Pequod.
Skullface, Sahelanthropus. I thought that was a good sneak into OKB-0, but the game didn't agree. Got a B on that one. But then, smoked Sahelanthropus. I forgot to bring my battle gear. Was wearing my camos. Used the CGM, the cluster guided missiles. Only ran out of ammo once. Got the automatic supply drop. Just wham bam! Sahelanthropus went down, and then we got a big cutscene dump. Well, for a relatively short stream, just under 4 hours, we got some stuff done. Certainly the story moved ahead, and now it's gonna idle for a while. The story doesn't really move very quickly from here. So tomorrow we get our wormhole Fulton. We get to start doing some of the different rule set repeat missions, and then the occasional new ones in the second act. Stuffafuffagus. Fuffafuffagus. Oh yes, the wormhole Fulton. You mean... Surely you mean... Colonel, you too. We'll see you around. Our last playthrough 2 years ago, we finished the game and we were only at 50-something% completion. We're gonna have a lot more this time. Where can we check on the animals? Just because they're in the encyclopedia doesn't mean they're on the conservation platform, though, right? Hornbills. No, these are things I've spotted. Legendary Ibis. Jehuti. Comes from the pronunciation of Thoth in ancient Egypt. Legend says that the one who captures Jehuti will inherit his power. Is there a way to know which ones are on the conservation platform without going through each cage on the conservation platform manually? Is there any way to get a short list of which ones we need to still find? Probably not. But I could look up a list online and just start checking things off that I know we've got down that list. Yeah, well, let's wrap here. I don't want to hit no more boots on the ground. I'm a little brain fried. This is good. I had a long day. I was on the phone with clients and not clients all morning. I got to talk to the IRS for an hour this morning. Yay! And stuff like that. And my HOA. And so I was actually fried. By noon, I was fried. Made it out. Got a few things done. And we got our stream. You like it? When I play some MGS? Weaver? Me too. I do love this series. We can't just play MGS. That's what OHN is for. But, oh, it's alright, man. It's ongoing. I write them checks all the time. I just had to disappoint them today. You had to call them last week, too? Sucks, man. It's never fun. Misbehave. You have a good night, too. Everyone. EBA Bob, Weaver, Crash. Anyone else lurking out there? I hope you all had some fun today. I did. I'll catch you all on the flip side. Thank you guys for being awesome. For the support, for the host love, for the subs, keeping the lights on. It means a lot. It means something extra right now, too. All of that is, I'm stretching it all I can. So thank you guys for all the support. The subs and bits, but mostly just for being here. I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone.